I got a text from a friend a while ago, and I just thought I would read it in case it's helpful to anyone else. I'm just going to read what I responded to her about. She's a young mom, and she's feeling all the things that I felt and I lived with for so long. And so I just hope this blesses you, and maybe you can apply this to your life, because it really made changes in mine. It said, "You asked what changes I made, and I'm just now getting back to you. The biggest change by far for me was to take time each day to quiet myself and tell the Lord that I was available and listening. At the beginning of this season, I felt too tired to read much of the Bible, so I would set a timer for 10 minutes, lay in a cozy spot, and just avail myself to Him. Many times I heard nothing, but got rest. Sometimes I would get some ideas. Most of the time, He would give me insights on kids, and I would find myself saying things to them and to my husband at just the right times. I knew they were from God. Mostly I played a Christian, knowing about Him but not really knowing Him. He seemed more of a person to appease with doing the right things than a good father who longed to tell me how much He loves me, accepts me, is for me. I didn't know how to know Him. The 10 minutes a day started the process. I couldn't have known how ridiculously wonderful it is to know God until I actually started to know Him. Number 2, I gave myself space and permission to put the oxygen mask on myself. For years, decades even, I thought motherhood was about self-sacrifice and self-denial, and that self-care was selfish. It isn't. It's one of the best ways we can bless our families. When I'm rested and caring for myself, I enjoy life more, and that plays out in my parenting and my marriage. Number 3, I began to remove things from my life that didn't bring me joy or that distracted me from my goals or passions. I learned I didn't have to say yes to everything that is offered me. Also, I don't have to be everything for everyone. I only have to do what God has for me today. He would show me what those were, and I would let go of the rest slowly. Number 4, by doing the first 3 things, I found myself with more margin in my day. I was less ragged, more intentional. When one of my kids would ask questions or even want me to watch a funny video with them they saw in a post, I would have had so much on my plate that those requests would seem inconvenient. I didn't have time for those things. With extra margin, those are sweet moments to enjoy and to treasure. This may sound silly, but I always felt behind the ball with birthdays, getting gifts last minute, begrudgingly whipping up a pie and planning birthday meals. Over the past year, I find myself excited to celebrate. Margin to prepare a special meal, time to invest in making it special for them, and it ends up being a sweet gift for me. I hope that was what you were looking for. So that's what I wrote her, and that's just in a nutshell the things that I started to implement in my life. You know, this verse, I say this a lot, but this verse, when you die to self, you live. When you actually start on the foundation, you start just availing yourself to the Lord. He just makes it all make sense. And it's slow. I mean, it's a process. It'll always be a process. I'll always be in process, right? I'm never going to achieve something or achieve the, I'm there, right? Until we get to heaven. But it's this journey that, we as moms, I believe that you long to serve your family and love them well. Serving them and loving them well really starts, I realized for me, it started with me being available to the Lord and just saying, God, I don't even know what following you looks like. Like, I grew up in a Christian home, and I didn't really know what following the Lord looks like, what spending time with the Lord looks like. And so I just started doing that. And I'm going to have other tips, prayer tips, a prayer guide. I'm going to walk you through that. I'm working on that right now. But a prayer guide so that you can know what to pray for, because as moms, we're so tired. We give so much of ourselves. And so often I find myself falling asleep. And we have a good Father who's just like, I love you. I'm not expecting perfection. I just want your heart to say, I'm available. So I've also got a thing I'm working on that just talks about how all the verses that God says, I'm going to do this in you. He says, just avail yourself and I'll do this, like the vine and the branch. He said, you just have to be a branch. You just have to stay connected. And I'm going to give you the nutrients. I'm going to give you what you need to bear fruit, to bear lots of fruit. So all those things, that's my heart. And I hope this blessed you. If any of that resonated with you and you're like, I live that, then just stay tuned, because I've got a lot of things that I've been collecting, thoughts and writings that I've been collecting that I'm putting together in video. And so this is just a little encouragement for you moms who are busy with little kids, and or maybe your kids are grown, and it's my kids are in college or out of college, and so the way I bless them now is that I make myself available on the weekends for when they're around, or for a night in during the week where we say, hey, we're going to make dinner and you're welcome to come on this night or whatever. And when they stop in, to just have the margin, have the heart to live intentionally. And so when they walk in the door, that they feel loved, and that I'm not like, oh God, I have like 50 things that I need to be doing right now. But to say, that's what my heart is. My heart is to love on them, and that's how I can do it. And where before I was so busy that nothing felt intentional. Everything felt like I was just putting out fires. And so anyways, that's what I'm here for. I'm hoping to inspire you to learn the things that I learned, hopefully when your kids are younger, and so that you can just have a home that's filled with peace, rest, and joy, because it is possible. Have a great day.